Hi, today I am sewing on a Wilson sewing machine. This is a early 1870s treadle sewing machine, and I'm going to show how to wind the bobbin and thread this machine up and how it stitches. This uses a boat shuttle, and so what we're going to do is pull the bobbin out of this one. And this one's a little bit different because the winder is on the side here. I get it started, and I have the thread coming from underneath, and it actually mounts into the winder over here. And the winder's pretty easy. You just have it engage in the back and it touches the wheel, so it's a friction drive. So let me go ahead and get that started. There's no guide, it's just done by hand. And to engage this, it just needs to be held up against the wheel, and then you can disengage it by moving it away. And we will pull that out. What you're left with is this tiny little bobbin, and it is wound this way. So to put this in the shuttle, be careful not to overwind it. This is a little bit full, but as I'm sewing a lot on this machine, I want to fill it up. So holding the shuttle, it's very similar to shuttles of this age. It's going to be inserted in there, and there's a little spring on each side. So you put the little nib into the spring, and it snaps into the back. Okay, when you have it in there, what you're going to do is pass the thread. It's going to come over the top, so it needs to come up and over the top, and it's going to pass out through the bottom slot on the shuttle. Grab hold of that, and you can see it comes out the bottom, and then you're going to pass it through the top slot back into the shuttle. And this one passes through the little holes to create the tension. This one's tricky. It wants to always have this hole as the last one. So I found that putting it out the second hole, and then I'll turn around and go back in the one closest to the front. So it's gone in and out. And then last but not least, pass it out underneath the thread out through the slot below the holes. And then it goes under the curved arm. So it's all set. Give it a little tug, make sure it flows nicely. And then it drops in to the shuttle carrier with the holes on top. And to thread the machine, on the spool pin, it goes through the little hook there, and there's a little teeny notch right there that holds the thread, and it's going to go wrap around the rotary tension, one turn, and then it goes in the thread guide that's at the back. Comes into this thread guide, and what I found is this rocker arm can be kind of confusing. If you drop the needle to the lowest point, you can then thread it top and then out the bottom, and that will get you set up correctly. It goes into this thread guide, and then at this point I raise the needle and drop the presser foot to make it easier, and sometimes having a fresh end makes it easier to thread here. And this needle threads front to back. Give it a little tug, check the tension. Drop the needle. And you're ready to sew. Because the wheel on this treadle is in the back and runs along here, and the hand wheel's back here, it actually turns clockwise. So that's to get it moving in the right direction. It turns clockwise. And I've been doing a bit of sewing on this machine, so and she stitches along nicely.